installed this week. We haven't heard from the Prime Minister since the election. I suspect that he is preparing his speech, and I suspect he plans to bring the country together. Jamaica is quite divided at this time, you know. The comrades are having a meltdown. Pure bad road democracy. I don't know why the comrades are cursing out so much bad road. Everybody's a B-man. Yeah? Why do you guys have to be so disrespectful? What is happening to the comrades? Why them have to be so disrespectful? They're mad out, man. I think we may need to call a couple of days of healing to help the comrades just deal with this loss. It's a terrible thing. I've been watching one and a couple of them there. My God, they're taking on everyone. You know, it's crazy. It's like they're tormented. Navy? Navy?
Yes, neighbor.
Good evening to you, Navy.
Good evening, neighbor.
Hi, how are you? I don't know why your connection is always so crappy, man. What's wrong with what's happening to your internet? In Navi? Navi? Boy, I tell you. It's really make no sense. Master Wayne. Master Wayne, hi.
Go on, Chief.
Chief? Wow. Chief?
Yeah,
What you
man.
do?
Boy, man, I forgot to do some wellness check on some of them people, brother.
Uh-huh.
Because them people really take a loss of personal.
They lost.
Them say they not lose, but
Uh-huh.
them take it away, man.
Yeah, but you don't feel that it's time that we come together now, sir, as a people. We have to put the politics
Hello,
behind us.
neighbor. I'm back. I didn't realize it was muted.
As we always saying,
Yeah?
PNP is they more love the party than the country, and this election has shown us that. Because I tell you, I feel like, after a week, they would have gotten over it and, move on and want to see the best for the country. But obviously not.
May I ask you your age?
Me, I'm,
Uh-huh.
I just turned 40.
40.
Yeah.
So I suspect that you have had more than one girlfriends. Are you married?
In the past, yeah, but no,
Okay.
not.
I don't want to get into your personal life. I just want to illustrate something. Have you had a broken heart, sir? Have you ever
I have.
experienced?
I think we all have experienced something like that.
No. Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Okay,
Don't
yes,
say
I
we,
have. Yeah,
don't say we all have.
Mm.
You have had a broken heart.
Yes.
Uh-huh. And tell me something. Do you get over it? How long it took you?
It's not how long, but you have to have respect for yourself too, So I mean, it all depends on
Yes,
how
but how long? About how long it took you to get over her, the girl that you loved? How long?
I mean, I don't think you get over it. You just learn of ways how to deal with it.
You haven't gotten over it, sir?
No, I'm saying when you love somebody, right, and you lose that person, however way you lost that person, it's not that you've gotten over it. I think it's just out of respect and logic. That's what you use for, basically moved on.
I see. Uh-huh. I didn't
Yes,
realize that at all. I think you could get over people.
no, it's like even if somebody died, right? It's like you eventually learn of ways of really moving on. So it's
Uh-huh.
not like you really get over the person per se. Because to me, I feel like if you're ever in love with somebody, like you don't just get up and just like get over the person. It's like you do a reality check basically.
I see.
And based on the reality
Wow.
check that you have done, you realize, okay, this is how I'm going to deal with this situation. So if you respect yourself in a sense, you have a look back and say, okay, well, was it my fault or was it not my fault? But if this person doesn't want me anymore, what am I going to do? So it's about picking up the pieces and how you really pick it up. It's not a matter of like, yo. So in reference to the PNP, yes, any kind of losing anything hurts.
That is the point I want to make. That it really is. They're having a meltdown, really. I've listened to some of them, and they are really hurting.
Yeah.
And
And
that there are stages of grief.
mm-hmm.
Yes, there are several stages of grief. And one of the first stage is denial.
Yeah.
Denial is a coping stage.
Well, but if denial is your coping mechanism, then you're definitely on a wrong path.
No, 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 no. It's not that you're on a wrong path. It's just how the body is,
Mm-hmm.
is dealing with the loss.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how when your girlfriend left you,
Mm-hmm.
the heart is broken. How you deal with it? Talk to me about that. How you
Yeah,
deal with it?
but all right, because even what you was just saying, because thinking about it, I was just speaking hypothetically, because I don't remember any girlfriend ever actually leaving me though.
I lie you tell, man.
I
I lie you
promise
tell.
you. No man, I promise you that one.
I
Yeah
lie
man.
you tell. Are you left them?
A real Jamaican man, girlfriend don't really leave, man. Hey, if your
I
woman
lie you
actually,
tell.
the amount of thing you have to do if your woman actually left you, man, like woman don't really just get up and leave. So
I see. Uh-huh.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, man, remember so we are Jamaican, man, with
You're a,
charming,
you're a,
everything,
you're a
man.
star. You're a star, man. You're a star.
As the
Gonna be
name suggests, man, Master Wayne, man.
master. Oh, you're the master. You're the master. Will you drive?
Eh? We
You drive.
drive like car. As you know if you can say that the display pickup, but yeah, I drive a X6M.
Aye. There you go, brother. You are the girl and sugar.
Yeah, but even before that, even when it was a walk foot, man, it never really made no difference, man.
You have to chopper. You're the chopper. You're the girl's chopper. Big
Uh,
up, big up yourself, boyfriend. Big up yourself. Anyway,
yeah, man, but
anyway, there are actually 5 stages of grief, sir.
okay.
There is what you call denial,
Mm-hmm.
then bargaining,
Okay.
anger, depression, and acceptance.
Okay. You have a psychology background?
Me?
Yeah.
No, sir.
Okay. No, I'm just asking because you sound like you know what you're saying, but I've never really checked out how much stages of grief there is.
Go and research it when you're finished.
Okay.
There is denial.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go through loss, any loss,
Mm-hmm.
you don't necessarily have to go through the 5 stages. It depends on your psychological state of mind.
Okay.
Did you know, sir, that some people get divorced and cannot be remarried?
Yeah, I've seen cases of that. Mm-hmm.
They isolate themselves and they shut themselves out from accepting love.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you this too. You know that a mother, for example,
Mm-hmm.
who loses her son to death, don't recover from it.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, the girlfriend, the girlfriend or the wife
Mm-hmm.
can recover because they can find love in the arms of another. You know, sir, that some people fall in love at the funeral of their loved ones.
Yeah, but in case of the mother and the son, that is what you would call unconditional love.
Well, no, she carries it to her grave, sir. She never gets past that.
Yeah, but
No.
like I stated earlier, like
Uh-huh.
when you're in love, whether with your child or someone, I don't feel like you get over it. I just feel like you just find ways how to deal with the loss. But I don't
Well,
feel
you can get over it, and I'd have to take you into theology,
Mm-hmm.
spiritual things.
Okay.
We tell you that it can be disconnected because whatever you connect emotionally
Mm-hmm.
cannot be unconnected emotionally.
Okay.
It has to be disconnected spiritually. Do
Okay.
you follow?
Yeah, but cause all right. Oh, I look at it. I feel like a lot of times when somebody say, "Oh, I'm in love with this person" or whatever, I don't feel like they are truly in love. It's just they're just using the word because it sounds like it makes sense. You're experiencing things that you've never experienced before with that person, so you feel like it is love. But oh, I see people like, oh, they get over this. Like some people say they get over it like in 3 business days. I don't feel like that was like a genuine love. So hence the reason why they would be able to get over it so quickly, in a sense.
I see. Well, let's look at
These
the
are merely
math.
my these are merely my opinions, though. These are not.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So then, where is the PNP in 1 week and a couple of days? What stage of grief are they?
All right.
Neighbor.
Okay. You want to
Hold
talk?
on, hold on,
Leave it.
hold on, hold on.
I want you
Because,
to answer the question first.
sir, 5 years may pass and they don't accept it. Now, when you listen to the PNP at the conference, the press conference,
Mm-hmm.
this is how I know that they're psychologically ill.
Yeah.
The PNP is going through a very depressing state, and I encourage you, labor rights, to
No,
understand.
let me interject for a minute.
Neighbor.
Uh-huh.
You see this thing. I feel like they're more in they're suffering from entitlement issue. You see this thing that Jamaica is PNP country, and the 4 consecutive election that they have won. I feel like that is what is digging their grave right now, because they cannot believe that the people continuously rejecting them and their notion that it is PNP country. So they're suffering mainly from entitlement issues. So that's one of the reasons why they can't get over
No.
it.
I think maybe there's a bit of that. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is that you don't lose an election. You know, sir, I heard Hillary Clinton,
Mm-hmm.
when she lost to Trump, saying that it took her years to get over it.
Mm-hmm.
And that even today, she still can't believe that she lose.
Because in a sense, it's a form of rejection.
Very, very much. And that is what happens to us too in terms of relationship. Imagine your wife or your husband walks away from you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You feel belittled. You feel
Yeah.
insufficient. You blame yourself.
But you
You
gotta
may
be
get.
introspective. You know,
Mhm.
you gotta
Did
be
you know that?
introspective, and
Did
I
you know
don't.
that grief, sir, can lead to unaliving or suicide?
Some of them gotta be on suicidal watch right now, based on what I'm seeing on
Well,
the internet,
well, I don't know.
because they're crashing out.
They're crashing out.
Yes, I've
Well,
seen it.
let's pause now and pray for the comrades. We're going to do that. Are you a church dancer?
No, I'm not. I'm not really religious.
Uh-huh. Well, I wonder if I could get a minister up here. Apostle, are you there to pray for the comrades so that they will and you know, sir, it's gonna get worse on Tuesday.
Boy.
Huh?
Neighbor.
Yes, hold on. You know, sir, if you lose someone to death, and you may go through denial and bargaining and anger and depression. But you see, when you come to the funeral, sir,
Mm-hmm.
and see the casket,
Mm-hmm.
you can't deny it anymore, you know.
It's
That's
like
why some people ask to be thrown into the grave.
that I did the
When you
realization.
go to King's House, sir, and you see the Prime Minister taking the oath, you can't deny it anymore, you know. It's for real. And I was saying to you, sir, that when you watch the PNP at the press conference, clearly they were in denial. They came with made up stories, things they saw on social media. They said they were not going to do a magisterial recount. That should close the argument.
That's one of the reasons why I don't feel like they have Jamaica's best interest at heart, because I feel like they go off theatrics and just gimmickry. And so they're feeding into their base. That's why they do the things that they're doing. Like even at the press
Yes.
conference, it's like they're
Yeah,
feeding into their
but
base.
I don't want the elation of the labor rights to be unconscious of the grief of the comrades. You heard a man just came on to say that the PNP will be sentenced for 25 years without parole and will not get conjugal visit. That's terrible, sir. That's a rubbing salt into the wound. You don't have to rub salt into the wounds of the comrades. Comrades, gather here.
And they're saying we're the one who's mad and we're not happy even though we have won. But I mean, we're not rubbing it in. So I don't know what they expected. We won, and we know we have to get back to the business of the country.
Yeah, but don't talk about a fourth term now, sir. Don't talk about a fourth term. Yeah, and a fifth term. That is going to.
No, but honestly,
it's like you unalive a man's brother and start talking about unaliving.
Fifth term. I feel like we kind of. Yeah, I feel like we saying fourth term and fifth term. We're kind of jumping the guns though, because I mean, the people that sometimes suffer from political fatigue. It's not even you not doing a good job, but you understand. Because I mean, I feel like how Jamaica even got into the place where we got into that mess was the PNP winning 4 terms. So I feel like even us Labour right. I mean, I don't really want to see one person at the helm for like 4, 5, 6 elections. That seems like some of those African countries, you know. I feel like if Andrew should win another election, like I think he should pass it over to somebody else, you know. New ideas, new ideology, you know. Even if though it is working. Because, you know, so 4 I feel like one more is good enough.
Yes. Anyway, sir. I say this to you. Denial, bargaining, anger, depression, acceptance. Those are the 5 stages of grief. And for the comrades, I can tell you it's been a hell of a couple of days. I feel it for them. And you know, sir, you see the anger that the comrades are expressing. I beg the labor rights. Don't even go on the PNP's platform. You know, a lady told me yesterday that she went on a PNP platform and they run her off. You know, they run her off. You know, they can't handle. Be patient.
Well, I live for their tears, so sometimes
you live
for
and then sir, there is depression. What is going to happen after Tuesday is that the comrades are going to be depressed. That's 400,000 people in Jamaica depressed. We have to look at it. We have to look at the psychological well-being of our people. 400,000 people voted for the PNP. They are going to be depressed. Lost hope. They lose hope. Some of them may not be able to turn up for work. They have problems concentrating. They have difficulty making decisions. They feel directionless. They lose focus. Some of them may lose libidinous drive, you know, sir. You know what that is?
Definitely.
Yes, they can't have sex. Yes,
Yeah, but let me ask you a question.
That's what depression. They can't get elections.
You feel like it was a close election? Because I don't feel like it was a close election. You know?
No. It wasn't a close election, sir. It was an election that brought several things to light. Tune into Hello Neighbor Daytime, and we'll explain that for you. but depression, sir, grief can cause aches and pain, you know, sir. Insomnia. Yes. Did you know that sir, you lose libidinous drive. You don't want to get up out of your bed. Changes in sleep patterns, increased inflammation in your body. Yes. It can worsen your health. It can lead to what is called major depressive disorder, mental health conditions, a combination of emotional, cognitive, and psychological symptoms. Yes, sir. Can cause you diarrhea. You just start to wet up yourself. Some people get into drinking, excessive alcohol and smoking. Grief. That's what is going to happen. There are stages of grief and stages of depression, sir. You understand me?
But I'm listening. Yeah. I will just allow the others to voice their concern or their opinion as well. So I'm listening though. So like the program.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
Fantastic. Comrades have to understand. We have to help the comrades. We have to help them. I hope Holness on Tuesday will seek to bring the nation together. Yes, because this divide is not going to help Jamaica at all. We have to help them, and we may have to get some therapists to go on these lives and help the By the way, comrades, I could help you, you know. I could help you. I could help you. You want me to help you with therapy? Then I could. Call me and let me see if I can you have to book the session though, okay? I promise you I won't charge you a lot. I won't charge you a lot, just a little fee. And therapist neighbor, your therapist to take you through this difficult period. The next couple of days are going to be tough for you. I want you to survive this and to go forward. Don't pay the man in the mind, the man who said that he has sentenced you to 25 years in the political wilderness without parole and no conjugal visit. That's just a joke. But you know, comrades, I tell you this, you have to be careful, you know, careful how you dig hole. Because you know kind of land on yourself, not a problem. Yeah. You know should be a little bit more. Oh my God. No, sir. No, I can't do this. I can't do this. let's take a little break here. Oh, I can contain myself. I contain myself. Good evening, Mr. Campbell, Mr. Dayton Campbell. How are you feeling, sir? How are you? How are you doing? Why, what if the shoes was on the other foot? Oh. By the way, for 5 years, the comrades, well, more than 3 years, the comrades knocked George Wright on an allegation that was never proven, never went to court. The PNP's women's movement had a press conference that George Wright should not be in Parliament. Norman Scott, yes, caretaker for St. Elizabeth Southeastern, was charged following an alleged altercation with a Jamaica Labour Party election day worker. Where is the PNP's women's movement? Patricia Duncan Sutherland? Gabriella Morris? One of them. Angela Brown Burke? Is what happened now. You're calling a press conference tomorrow? Because if you don't call that press conference, Gabriella, you better call it, you know. Call the press conference tomorrow. Duncan Sutherland, call the press conference. The lady over in Spanish Town, what's her name? Let me find her name. I'm going to better call the press conference tomorrow. Miss Denise Daly, Miss Natalie Nita Garvey, Gabriella. George Wright was alleged, and the PNP flogged it and flogged it and flogged it and called press conference. They boycotted Parliament. Poor George Wright had to turn independent. And when he sat on the PNP's side, you know, set a whole hypocrite, they got up and said they now sit down with him. They now sit down with him, you know, on an allegation. You know, people will condemn you on an allegation. And the thing I like about God is that God will accept you knowing the facts. People will condemn you on an allegation, and God will accept you knowing the facts. They condemned George Wright. They never want to sit down instead of him in a parliament. And George Wright today married the woman, was accepted back into the Labour Party. And here is, put your mic on hold for me. Mute your mic for me, please. Here is Norman Scott, charged for assault. The minister Griggs said violence in any shape or form is to be condemned. It is a good move that have been made to hold Scott accountable. Right? Scott reportedly attacked has the full support of our party. I have spoken to her and she is concerned for her safety following word of a threat on her life. We are monitoring the issue closely and are confident that the law will be allowed to take its course. It's an important development in Jamaica when the signal is again sent that individuals in authority will not escape sanctions or acts of violence against our nation's women, Grange said in a statement. Grange added that the PNP leadership should immediately indicate publicly what action it intends to take against Scott. Scott has been charged with assault, occasioning actual bodily harm and malicious destruction of property in connection with the incident at a polling station in St. Elizabeth during the September 3 general election. So Gabriela Morris, is this okay? Is this okay? Angela Brownberg, is this okay? Natalie Nita Garvey, is this okay? Denise Daly, is this okay? Uno call press conference when George Wright's allegation come up. Never went to court where he was never charged. But uno call press conference and uno minister of uno opposition spokesman on education go up on stage, go talk about one by one uno going to jail. One by one, uno going to Lord Jesus, this is a country, yeah? Ne? One by one. And see them now? See them now? Let us see if I can. Let us see if I can find it. Let us see if I can find it. Eh? Mr. Crawford? What you do, Mr. Crawford? What you think about this? You can't have a double standard, man. That's why people not take on seriously. Seriously? One of your own has been charged with assault and not a peep out of the women's movement. Not a peep. Because I guess what you are now showing is that your actions were merely political. All you were interested in doing is scoring political points. You weren't interested in protecting the rights of any women, because if you were, then you would have by now come out and say something about this. Eh? We await the findings of the court and so forth. But I think there is sufficient for you to come out at this time and say, hey, we do not countenance this type of behavior from our members. Not true. Right? But the fact that you have remained silent shows that you're all one set of hypocrites. All one set of hypocrite. And people are seeing through. People are seeing through it, you know. People are seeing through it. And you know, that is why I'm going to tell you the truth. Many people are staying away from the polls because the politics not credible. People don't find that the politics is attractive in terms of, let me hear this man here. Let me hear him. I'm coming to you. Okay. Let me see what's happening here.
You see the man where buy them bus, they were charged 300 million to 1.4 billion. He is going to jail. Hold on. You see the one named Royal Reed, what he from Picnic, he is going to jail.
Anyway, that was an irresponsible statement. Very irresponsible. I don't know what evidence Mr. Crawford have that Royal Reed thief pan Picnic. What a man run up his mouth. What a man for run his mouth and chat nonsense. You understand? That's not the tape I want, still. That's not the one. That's not the one. Let's see if we can find the other one. Yes? Anyway, we want to hear from the People's National Party's women's movement.
So listen the other plan. You see the man.
We want to hear from the movement tomorrow. Anyway, let's see if we can find the bull. Go ahead, sir.
And we buy them bus, they were charged 300 million to 1.4 billion.
The bull, are you on, sir? Hello? No, man. Navi?
Yes, sir. Good night.
Go ahead, no, Navi. You have the floor.
No, I was saying about, like, you said the stages of grief. You know that Mark Golding is the one that started it over, right? Because he called a press conference of no evidence and literally validated all of their feelings. So them still stuck, them can't grieve because them still stuck in the notion, say, the election was stolen, because them cultist leader come and tell them, say, oh yeah, man, whatever you say is valid, even though them don't have any proof.
That's a little strong, Navi. Cultic? He's a cultic. Cultism is a strong word, you know.
Never. The people literally wait. It's like them wait for the sound of the abeng. Like they wanted him to come out and say something like that, and he did. But as a leader, neighbor, you are supposed to stand up and say whether something is wrong or something is right, or even try to guide them in the right position. But guess what he did? He came and validated all of their feelings. And I was very disappointed in Mark Golding, because I'm saying you did one of the most, admirable things that you have done since this whole political thing was coming out election night, and conceded to defeat. And everybody was clapping him and say, finally him get some sense. And then now you keep a press conference and then you're going to say social media says. What type of leader does that, neighbor? Neighbor, if you are in a classroom and you are the teacher, neighbor, and your students are going off on a limb, is it your duty to bring them back? When the teacher, when you go off topic, your teacher say, all right, guys, let's get back to the lesson. Or, all right, guys, let's get back to what we are saying. Neighbor, he should have, sound the thing and say, all right, guys, let's get back. Let's get back to the people's business, because we're still the people's opposition party. No, him just went out there and validated everything that they have been feeling. So how them gonna grieve if them cult leaders say, yeah man, the election was stolen? He never said outright, but he validated. And neighbor, you always say you can't expect rational things from irrational people. And his fathers are very irrational. So you can't validate irrational people. And that's what he did. So the little time for them get for grieve, neighbor, him not allow them for grieve. He's the reason why they can't grieve in peace. His fault. That was very, disappointing. That was very disappointing of Mark Golding. Because you are the leader, neighbor. And I expect you to lead. You can't come and say, yeah man, social media said this. You're a lawyer. He's literally a lawyer.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to say, neighbor. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying, neighbor. Are you
I am
getting me?
indeed understanding.
Yeah, neighbor. So yeah, he's the reason. I blame Mark Golan. He's to blame why them can't grieve, as you say, neighbor. They can't go through the 5 stages because when they were going through it, him come back and say yes, the election was stolen. And him give them more bones, him give them more bones, and him know say his followers have a grievance towards Andrew Holness. So he's going to make Andrew Holness the enemy again. Because that's what they want. They want Andrew Holness to be the villain in their story. So you can't take away their villain. And he knows that because if him take away them villain, them are gonna become, them will become wary. So he's putting him back the villain. Because many of them don't support Mark. Their hate for Andrew Holness is greater than their love for Mark Golan and the PNP. And he knows that. Their hate for Andrew Holness is greater than what they believe in. So he's taking him can't let the chips fall. So him re-energize the villain in the story. Because Andrew Holness is their villain in the neighbor. And if you take away the villain, then the story is unbalanced. Or imbalance imbalance, that's the correct word.
What a fascinating point you're making. So it's a leadership issue.
Yes, it's a leadership issue. This was his time to prove to the people that he's a viable opposition leader.
That the election is lost.
Yes, neighbor.
Rather than come with this little thing on Tuesday and allow the people to go through the grieving process, eh?
Yes, neighbor. He stopped that in the middle, like him put up a brick wall. The brick wall was torn down election night, and he must start build it back up. But that does not make you look like a good leader, and this is why his credibility and his place in the opposition would always be questionable. This was his chance to redeem himself, and guess what he did? He just threw it out the window. Because even people in his own party is questioning him right now, neighbor. Because people say, is he fit to be opposition leader? Is he this? Is he that? If he just conceded the defeat and say, we are going to build back this party or we are going to come back better, I could have respected his, I respected that. And a lot of people, neighbor, say they respected what he did election night, but now the press conference Tuesday just show off every progress that he made. It's like you make a progress and you just throw it out the window at the same time. And it always feels like his heart is not in it. And that's another thing. It feels like he was forced to do something. And as a leader, I should not feel like you are forced to do something. Because if you're going to be a villain, bro.
Yes. Very, 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 very interesting, Navi. So Navi, on Tuesday, the Prime Minister is going to be sworn in. How do you expect him to address the nation?
Never. I expect him to address Jamaicans as he always do. Even when he's campaigning, he makes sure to be respectable and address everybody, whether them no want to hear it or not. And I just never. It is Andrew Holness. There's nothing surprising. You know that he's going to be diplomatic. You know that he's going to be Andrew Holness. Like, he has already set the standard so high. Neighbor. So there's nothing new. We just know that he's our Prime Minister, and him can go represent with anywhere in the world, and we can close our eye and know say Andrew Holness is going to do his job. His credibility, neighbor. That's what Mark Golan doesn't have. He doesn't have credibility. Andrew Holness has credibility. We trust him. Neighbor. I will say we can blindly trust Andrew Holness, even though we're not going to do it because that is not the core or the base of Jamaica Labour Party. Them, you see, if something happen, neighbor, I can tell you, them are gonna be the first one to bring down Andrew. That's the thing.
Do you think that we can bring this country together? Navi, do you think it is possible at this time to bring the country together? And is it not important that the campaigning stops and we start now focusing on governing rather than politicizing?
That can only happen if we have an opposition leader like Andrew Holness. Again, back to Andrew Holness. The standards of an opposition leader was set by Andrew Holness. Until we have an Andrew Holness type opposition leader, the country will be divided for the next 5 years, neighbor.
But that's not good for the Labour Party either, because if the country is to progress, you need the support of the opposition. You don't think that Holness should pitch the olive branch to Golding to say, let's work together?
Neighbor, but he has done that numerous times. But neighbor, as I said, to keep his base energized and keep the PNP supporters in check, he has to make Andrew Holness the villain. And that is where
we don't have an election for 4 years, or at least another 4 years. The government and the opposition need to come together to push Jamaica forward. We have to choose Jamaica now, Navi.
neighbor, but you are saying it, they're not going to do it. That's the thing. Andrew Holness can't force them to do something that they don't want to do. And it seems like they are not going to do it. It seems like they are just going to be there to oppose every good thing. They're just going to be there to cause problems. What are we going to do, neighbor?
Do you understand, though, that Holness on Tuesday is Prime Minister of Jamaica? Not Prime Minister of Labour Party supporters, but Prime Minister of Jamaica, and therefore he must set the trend. He must set the stage for collaborative governance. Don't you think?
Yes, neighbor, but I know he's going to do that, neighbor, but we are speaking for Andrew Holness. As I said, neighbor, his credibility, neighbor, we know that he wants that, and we know that he inspires to do that. But there's always a but, and the but is the leadership of the opposition. It is like, neighbor, you're saying he should be the bigger person. He is being the bigger person. But neighbor, you can't be the bigger person and then you don't have any support. So he's like he's going to have to, I don't know, neighbor. I just pray that Margolin just get out of campaign mood, accept his defeat, and be the opposition leader that we need.
Yeah.
Be an Andrew Holness in opposition.
You would also make that recommendation to supporters of the Labour Party.
Yes, neighbor. I think that everybody should, put in the mindset that choosing Jamaica, this is what choosing Jamaica is. But again, neighbor, the other side.
Do you miss the campaign?
No, I don't miss it at all. No? I don't miss one aspect of it. None of it at all.
You're happy it's all over?
I'm happy it's all over. Neighbor, I tell you every time, you see stress, neighbor, I can't take stress. We can't take stress at all. And it was,
yes. Do you expect any, yeah, I got that. Do you expect any major adjustment to the government? What would you like to see going forward? I'm sure that you have had some thoughts on that. What do you expect?
What I mean, like ministers or just overall?
Mm-hmm. Changes to the government.
Oh, yes, neighbor. I want, one thing I want for this new cabinet, I want to see, I want to see some fresh faces, but also I don't want it to be like we are pushing the senior persons out. I want them in the junior ministry, so we know that in a year or 2 years time, we can expect to see these people be the minister of health, not health, like minister of justice.
That Holness became prime minister at 39.
Yes, neighbor.
And that's the head of the government. So when you talk about young people,
neighbor, I mean like MPs, like Rhoda. I expect Rhoda to be in the cabinet. I expect Tova to be in the cabinet. Orlando is already there. I just expect that.
He's a state minister.
Yeah. So I'm saying he's already there. He's the junior
No,
to.
state ministers are not cabinet ministers, you know. Okay. Oh, great.
Yes, neighbor.
Oh, hold on there. Navi. Rosemary. Hello. Hello. Carol Bliss. Are you on? Are you not? Are you on or are you not? Oh, Carol Bishop. Carol Bishop. Bishop. Hello. Hello. No. Well, let's disconnect you guys. We don't have a lot of time to. Rosemary Boyne. Miss Boyne. Hello. Not at all. She's not there either. Okay. Well. Okay. Pay attention, callers, and make sure that we're not unfairly disconnecting you. Hello. Hello. Psalms 91. Good night. Psalms. Psalms 91. Henry. June. Oh, what else? June. Henry. June. Oh boy. Yeah,
Neighbor.
Hello? No. Yeah, Navi. Go ahead.
Neighbor. Also, maybe I'm thinking too deep, neighbor. But I want to know why, like PNP, the PNP people, not the supporters. I'm talking about the hierarchy of the PNP. Why do they feel? Why do they have the sense that the election is stolen? Did they put things in
Hold on.
place? Why do they all seem to think that the election was stolen, neighbor? Did they put things in place, or did they do anything extraordinary that they were sure of the outcome? It gets me thinking, neighbor. Say, why do you think did I think that they were outsmarted or something? Like, did they, because they were sure of this win? So it gets me to think that somebody, when them say somebody dig a hole, and them say when somebody dig a hole and them fall down in it because they never dig two. I get that sense from them. It's like, we know you stole the election because we did this and that and that. So you will, so for
You know,
you to win.
I heard that senior politician Tom Tavares Finson saying that in his history, he has never seen a political party casting doubt on the electoral process. Never. I think that the PNP really would have discredited themselves by their behavior since the election has been declared won by the Labour Party, by the Electoral Office of Jamaica.
Yes,
The
neighbor,
PNP
that was just that thought.
on the Electoral Commission, man. They sit there, and if they had a problem, they should have raised it there. They should have raised it there. It's incredulous what is happening now. It is incredulous, and it is only serving to divide the country further.
Mm-hmm. Neighbor, it reminds me
The
of
Labour
that.
Party won the election, and they have won it decisively. A seven-seat majority is a very good majority.
Neighbor, have you ever watched Scandal, neighbor?
Huh?
Have
Scandal?
you yeah, the TV show Scandal.
No, I haven't.
Neighbor, the whole premise of the show, right, neighbor, is like the people in charge, they stole the election. Like, they rigged the voting machine. So no matter who you voted for, it would have voted for the president, the current president, and his vice president. Neighbor. And they know that they had to win that specific county because they rigged the voting machine. So I'm saying that's the kind of vibes the PNP is giving. That's the vibes they're giving. Like, they are sure of the outcome because they put certain things in place to make sure that they would win. Because why are you so doubtful? I understand that you're grieving in the name, but it gets my thinkers up to saying, oh, they were outsmarted or the Labour Party played the game better. You know, Labour, if that's the sense or that's the thing that we are going after to say the election the election was unfair. How do you know that unless you did certain things that were illegal to make sure that you would have won? So how did this party win? That's just what I've been thinking, neighbor.
And I'd like to ask the comrades a question. Did you buy any votes? Comrades? Did you? Did you pay anyone to vote for you? Did you incentivize the vote? Let's give it a nice word. Let's not call it vote buying. But did you practice electoral malfeasance? Did you try to influence the outcome of the election using cash or kind? Did you do that?
That's what I'm looking at, neighbor. That's what I'm looking at.
Because comrades, we both live in Jamaica, and when you go out there and talk about vote buying, really, come on, you should be quiet.
Night, neighbor. Let's
Good
tell you
night.
something, man. Good night, Navi and Dan and the partner. You see, neighbor, them confused so till that they have to come out and say something to try to cover it. Like when they take shame out of face, that's why they come out and say all of what they say. Because the plan was not to win back seat, The plan was to win the election completely. And when I say it was almost within touch and the tables turned on them the last minute, I realized that they were nowhere near coming close to winning the election because you see the blow that poll that was put out by Nationwide, then condemn that poll and say, it makes no sense and only fools can listen to blow that poll. But every time Dan Anderson put out a poll, the poll that he put out always go in favor of the opposition, and it turns out that it was all a blunder, pure foolishness, And right now, we don't know where Dan Anderson is right now because his credibility is underwater completely.
You think so, sir? You really think so?
Yeah, man. 100%. Because he has been doing poll for quite some time now for Jamaica. And
you think that the RGR group will send him back out into the field, sir?
yes, they will. Yes, they will.
For who? For who?
Obviously for the opposition.
Let me ask you a question. Listeners, you really think Dan Anderson can do no more polling?
If neighbor, let me tell you something. You see, if him really mean himself any good at all, he refused to do a polling.
You mean he went to the Golden Age homes?
Yeah, man, he just throwing in towel. Forget about the polling because
Actually, something, sir. I'm going to tell you something. You see, I think Jamaica needs to ban polling. Political polling in Jamaica must ban. We don't want no more poll come out in Jamaica when election time come out. None.
Yeah,
I tell you, sir.
You see, right now, Mr. Neighbor, right now to the performance of the government, Andrew-led government, and
anyway, listen to me. There must be only one poll in Jamaica going forward, and that is the poll that is taken when the election is held. We don't want no more poll. You hear me tell you? And the people of Jamaica mustn't take no more poll. Polls, sir. You know that Mark Twain said there are three types of lies. He said lies, damn lies, and statistics. Statistics, you see, can be used to manipulate people. Man, you see, when a poll comes out days before an election, sir, and puts a party ahead, you know what that does for the party supporters and for the other side? We must ban political polls in Jamaica because they are not correct. And I tell you this, sir. You see the media houses that are pushing these you see they have an agenda. They have an agenda. I believe that the people of Jamaica are getting smart. Are getting smart. Are they really? Are they really? We don't want them a poll. We don't want them a poll.
Yes, neighbor, may agree with your statement, you know. However, there's a 50-50 to it. You see, there will be people that will want to see a poll to judge based because they want the poll to kind of see who really is in the driving seat for bring the country forward.
How much time you gonna get the poll wrong for the people to realize that this is not credible? How much time?
I mean, from 2016, well, let me say, from 2016, you get it wrong. From 2016. That's how long you might get it wrong, from 2016 till now. You understand? And I don't know if any time in the past he had gotten it right, maybe once, maybe 2007, somewhere there when the Labour Party won, I don't know. But if he has any credibility left inside of him, he would have give up the polling and go do something else with his life. Leave that alone, because as you said, statistics can be used to manipulate, and that is what we saw in this leading up to this election. It was appealing to the base of the PNP. Majority of it was appealing to the base of the PNP. Because look here, at the base of the PNP vote, you know, it's not the well-thinking Jamaicans voted for them, you know. It's the base. And we can see, because based off the number of seats that they won is their seats. All 28 of them is their seats. Traditionally their seats, right? And the ones that the JLP won are the seats that they deserve to win.
Yes.
You know?
Well, listen to me, sir. Based on the Dan Anderson poll, the PNP should have won between 33 and 36 seats. He gave the PNP a 3.1% lead. So the PNP ought to have won between 33 and 36 seats. The PNP lost the election, sir.
That is the fact.
That poll is not a credible poll.
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and watch me, sir. Watch how bad the poll was. The poll had a margin of error of 3%, plus or minus, which means that the PNP could win up to over 40 seats. At best, it gives them a statistical dead heat. The Labour Party won the election by 7 seats and won the popular vote. That poll is very wrong. And even the blue dot poll was off, sir. Okay? So what are we to do with polls?
I mean, as you said, we should forget about the polling and just do it like when we know the leading up to an election is near. That's when we should do a poll, you know, because you want to know the mindset of the people of Jamaica. Who they are. We don't need, you know.
The poll that I'm telling you that we need to have is a poll that is taken on election day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If blue dot was correct, so the Labour Party would have won about over 40 seats. They were off too.
Well, in a sense, you know, neighbor, they were in between incorrect and correct based off of their numbers. They put the in the blue dot they put the Labour Party
The politics, the
35.
politics plus forecast was the best. Was better than Anderson, better than
Blue dot.
Blue Dot. Politics plus four. KC's forecast was the best forecast for this election, sir. KC's forecast was better than both of them.
So you said the turnout was what really truly determined the
yes,
election.
and let me tell you something. We accurately projected the 35 seats the Labour Party would win. Accurately projected them. Yes, sir. Everyone that the Labour Party won, we forecast them to win.
Push product on the noise in our background.
Okay?
Yeah.
We were forced to call each seat. And so we leaned them to the Labour Party.
Yeah.
Okay? They were leaning. They were never safe. So we never gave them a safe Labour Party seat. So we never gave any of these seats as safe Labour Party seats. We called the 35 seats.
Yeah. Because you see,
and that is why, sir, we were the first outlet to call the election on election night. I don't know if you know that.
I think I was watching your program.
Yes, man, we called it before Nationwide.
And it was giving a lot of trouble that night.
The game was way down. Yeah, we had internet problems, but we called the election early.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you and Barry was monitoring it the whole time. You know? I think
Yes.
Barry got on vacation now, so he got rest in brain. Coming to see him couple nights now, but may I say the turnout to me right now, neighbor, as me say about the PNP base and their base that voted for them, the challenge that I think the politicians are going to face is the low voter turnout. It is an issue, and
Yeah.
it is.
But sir, you're correct. We have to address this by looking at tribalism, patronage-based politics, clientism, where the voters become clients of the politicians.
Yeah.
There are many people in Jamaica, you see, sir, who are turned off from the political process.
Very, very, very.
And we have to get those people voting next election. We have to get them to vote.
You know, remember, as you said, then turn off, and the turn off is stemming from the constant promises that were made that were not fulfilled over the years. And voters become reluctant to even show up at the polling station or decide on the future of the country. Because remember, what we were challenging the PNP and was the future of Jamaica, where Jamaica is supposed to stand, and it is heading.
But don't you find it concerning, though, sir, that 405, almost 407,000 Jamaicans get up, go mark one X beside a head? You don't find that concerning?
Very much.
Talk truly as a Jamaican. Now let's be reasonable. You don't find it incredulous that 400,000 Jamaicans, with all that is happening in Jamaica, decide that they were not going to vote for the government? You don't find that this discouraging, sir?
It is very discouraging, because look at this.
It requires some explanation,
Me can add to it too, because I agree with what you're saying. I can add to it too. The fact that people that are in the diaspora, living away from Jamaica for so many years, I would think that they are living the better life because they're in another country and they're making their money. We are out here facing all the hardship and the pain. We are helping our country to grow better and stronger together, right? And the fact that these people in the diaspora that are overseas took the plane to come here and vote against a government that is working hard, putting in the infrastructures, making sure that elders that are retired, people who do not have any pension, can have something while they're at home to look forward to. That is making sure that jobs are created across Jamaica, whether it's small, medium size, or large, right? Making sure that roads are fixed in every small community, large community, and across the board. Making sure that the country does not have to go to the IMF anymore, right? Doesn't have to borrow any money to do these things, and is able to stand on its own 2 feet after a global pandemic. Because all of these things that you see the government...
Thank you, Kate.
Eh?
Hold on there for me, sir.
Yeah.
819,279 people voted in this election. Watch me carefully.
Yeah.
The Jamaica Labour Party got 413,502. The PNP got 403,000.
Put personal note.
403,191. No,
That's alarming.
No,
That's
sir.
very alarming. That was too close.
Jamaica claims that it has the best government in history. The claim is that they have the best prime minister. You know, sir, poverty in Jamaica cut in half.
Yeah.
You know what it was in 2016? Over 30%. No.
Right.
Poverty was 16.
16, yes.
Unemployment, sir, is now at 3.5%. And 403,000 people put their eggs beside their head. No, you tell me that.
Yes.
Explain that to me.
You see, neighbor, may I try to find the right word to describe.
A mere 10,000 voters separate these people, you know.
Yeah, that's why I say.
No, tell me no. This a country are real?
Mr. Neighbor, I would not say.
I'm sorry. Did you know, sir, that the PNP won 4 consecutive elections in Jamaica?
Yes.
They won in 1989, Michael Manley. And then PJ won 3 terms.
Yeah.
Did you know, sir, that the economy crashed under Patterson?
Yeah.
We had the financial sector collapse, sir. You ever hear about FinSac? 40,000 businesses closed. Thousands of Jamaicans put out of work. Some of them are in the diaspora right now. You ever hear about crime, sir? You ever hear about poverty? You ever hear about hopelessness? You see this nonsense when you hear them talk about? I'm going to mash them down, you know. You see this nonsense when you talk about the what we call the informal economy. Hand-cart man on the road. People are sell 2 bag juice, Pro Box and add wagon on the road. You know where that come from, sir? And did you know, my dear sir, that over all of those terrible years of Jamaica, the PNP kept winning elections? You know, I was a boy growing into a big man, starting to take an interest in the politics, start to read a lot. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. How could a government be winning elections and is performing so bad? The economy is bad. Crime out of control. Poverty is on the land. People can't get no work. Hopelessness reigns. And they kept winning elections. And they were winning by large margins, sir. So till they coin a phrase, a PNP country.
Yes.
because they'll say, we always believe that it is best for the country, for us to form the administration. And therefore, anything that will lead us or cause us to be in power, we believe to be in the best interest of the country, the party, and in the best interest of the country. That's what because we say, no, sir, that they feel that it was best for the PNP to form the government. And did you know, sir, that when the 18 and a half years was eventually broken, is one seat the Labour Party win by?
Yeah.
Very close election, the PNP almost won it, you know.
Yeah.
Hold on. And in 4 years, the PNP was back in power.
Yeah.
Back in power again, you know. They won almost a landslide. Portia Simpson defeated Holness in 2011.
Yeah.
And here we have in 2025, crime down, unemployment the lowest ever, poverty the lowest ever, 250,000 more people working, sir. Record investment in infrastructure. People can all free bus ride them get to Jamaica. People are riding on JUTC bus free, hospital free. People go to school free. No tuition at no cost sharing cut out. PNP, sir. And 403,000 people went to the poll last week and said, we want to get rid of the government.
You see, neighbor.
This are real, sir. This are real. This not sound real.
It is a serious problem.
Not only that, but you know, it gets worse. It gets worse, you know. Because the voter turnout is 39.5%.
Yeah.
Which means that 2,773,000 people is on the voters list.
Yeah, it was estimated to vote. Yeah.
That means 1.2 million decides that they're no business.
Yeah.
You see? So listen now. 1.254 million plus 400 and odd thousand.
Okay, yeah.
1.7 million people, sir. No have them say no, them no. Yeah, the voters list is not so correct, but this is the figures I have.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
let's talk
talk about the PNP's vote.